Hello guys, my name is Alex Gomez and welcome back to Easy 3D. On today's video we're going to sculpt this Doctor Strange. I did this concept in Autodesk sketchbook. I'm not as good as a 2D artist, but you know, it's good to have some concepts first before you jump into sculpting a character. So I just kind of like did a quick sketch here, so let's get to it. Okay, I start first with pressing the comma key and go to project, and I just take a regular Dynamesh sphere. So I have it there. Press double click to that sphere. I'm gonna turn off my perspective first, and I'm gonna do that because in the blockout I just like to work out with no perspective at all. I'm gonna reduce the size of the sphere a little bit, and let's start moving and giving the shape of the face. So I'm just kind of like focusing a little bit on the shape of this, even though that my character is like a stylized one. I still kind of like try to keep the same proportions as my kind of like a real skull right there. I know that, for example, for the fact that his face is kind of like rectangular long. So that's what I'm trying to achieve in here. So I'm just going to Dynamesh, kind of like going like that with Control and Dynamesh, because I'm kind of like generating some geometry there. So I'm going to use the pinch brush and I'm going to start marking some of the kind of like the main points of the face of the Doctor Strange. So I know that this is kind of like sharp here at the chin. Let's move the chin out like that. And something that I can do for the chin here, I can just be skew to the polish, and I can just polish here. I'm not getting into details or anything like that. I'm just kind of like blocking this out first. Okay, I know the ears are gonna be right here, so let's add them. I'm gonna append a sphere 3D. I am going to rotate this one 90 degrees, 90 with shift, so it kind of like snaps every 5 degrees. I'm gonna go to the top view, let's move it there. I'm gonna press shift control. I'm gonna select my knife curve, and I'm gonna knife there, this way, knife there, knife the other way, right here, and this is gonna be for the ears and something like that. Just move the ears like this a little bit more, kind of like give a better shape of that ear. That's good enough for me. Let's smooth this out, kind of like that. Let's Dynamesh that. Boom. Let's move this guy where the ear is supposed to be. Okay, something like that. We'll say let's go a little bit back around there. And why I want to put the ears, you probably are asking, is just because I really want to kind of like see where my eye line is gonna be. Okay, that's what I'm doing it. So I'm just gonna go with the pinch brush. I'm gonna select the face again, and I'm going to go like from here. I know that this is where my eyes are gonna go, and Dynamesh. There you go. Okay, perfect. Now I kind of like need to get this part that is really kind of like sharp, but really like you can tell that his face is really, you know, skinny here, very pronounced, the bone cheeks. So I kind of like want to build into it. I'm gonna press the clay build-up, BCB. Select the clay build-up. I'm gonna mark here I'm gonna mark the eyes here, the eye sockets around that. And I'm gonna mark this part, pronounce it, these cheekbones way better, way more, like that. And let's smooth out. And let's keep doing this a little bit more, like that. Perfect. So it's kind of like, you know, like giving that shape of it, kind of like, you know, like that. Let's see, let's move it like that. And I think that his face is a little bit longer than what I have now. So let's make it longer. That's good. More kind of like a cartoony face. Longer. Perfect. Okay, so that looks good. I'm going to smooth this out, and I'm going to smooth this out as well. Then I'm going to paint the eyes. I'm going to want to work with the eyes inside the ray in there. So I'm just going to rotate this 90 degrees. Let's go to this side and let's go to the front, scale this down and move the eyes right there. Probably the eyes are going to be right here in there. Perfect. And let's see plugin, mirror, and mirror subtool. There you go. I have the eyes. Let's start kind of like creating the nose. So for the nose, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to mask this part here. Let's change my mask into the mask pen, and I'm just going to take this part around there, something like that. I'm going to control click outside, and I'm going to invert the mask, and I'm going to pull the nose out. Let's see. Something like that, and Dynamesh. Oop, before you smooth, Dynamesh. Okay, so that's good. That's something like that. That's good. I'm going to bring this out a little bit. Okay, and I'm gonna get the clay builder, and I'm going to carve out this part a little bit like that. Okay, so that's looking all right. I know, like, you know, it's gonna take a while until we kind of like see the actual results that it's gonna look good, but we're gonna get there. Let's change to the move brush, and let's move this like this side, like that. Perfect. And probably I should just put my reference here just in case, so just give me a second and I'll do that. Okay, so now that I have my reference, I'm using this. This is Pure Ref. That's a really awesome tool for getting or gathering your references. Okay, so I have this part there. I'm gonna kind of like make the mouth with the dance standard. I think probably it's gonna go around here, something like that. Oh, my lazy radius is too big, so something like that. Okay, and it doesn't look at all like it's supposed to look, I know, but it's gonna change, it's gonna get better. I'm gonna build this part here instead. Okay, and I'm not getting into too many details. I kind of like I just creating, like, you know, which parts do I need and stuff like that, like, you know, like making sure that the mouth goes around here. Let's go with the clay build-up and accentuate this part for the chin right there, something like that. Get the pinch brush, pinch this here, Dynamesh. Okay, just kind of like giving that shape to it. Perfect. I'm going to bring this a little bit, kind of like that, and like kind of like this, kind of for the eyebrows. Let's see how it goes. I'm not sure how it's gonna look, but you know, I'm just go with the flow and see. Let's put this like that. Let's take this one like that, like a very sharp one like that. Okay, I'm gonna definitely Zremesh this, and it's gonna look better. Now I see that this has to go like a straight and more pronounced here, kind of like that jaw. Let's change to perspective now, so I can do that change better. And let's see. Okay, let's bring this in like that, something like that. Yeah, I'm not getting too much into the facial expressions right now, so I know that it's not gonna look like Doctor Strange at all yet. Okay, having the eyes, what I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate that, and I'm going to cut. Oh no, before I cut it, I'm just going to I'm going to, no, solo transparent, just gonna move it right there. So that's gonna be the eyelids. That's gonna be the eyelids, that's what I'm looking for. Around there. Let's go to the side view and let's move this out right there. Change the perspective. Front right there. Right there, perfect. I think that's good. Let's see. Okay, the problem was that I was pretty much scaling, but this scale should have been done here. So now I can just move this. It looks a little bit weird. I think right there is fine. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Now I can just definitely cut it with the knife tool. Oh, not like that. Not like that too much. Right in the middle, right there. So that's good. Let's move this a little bit in the middle, right there. Perfect. I'm gonna duplicate that one. Sorry that took me a long time. It shouldn't have, but I'm gonna get the lower eyelid right there. And the upper eyelid, I'm gonna rotate it. This part. Okay. Then with the move brush, I'm just kind of like going to get that shape for the eyelid. Kind of like something like that. Get the lower one and something like this. Okay, that's good. It's not looking like that great, but it's gonna get there. It's gonna get there. So I'm gonna go back to my face here and I'm going to build some volume right here in this part. Right there. Around there. Okay, that's good. And let's build some volume right here in this part as well. Okay, let's build some volume here in the nose as well, like the nostrils. Volume right there. That's good. And see his nose is kind of like go something like that. Okay, let's get the damn standard and kind of like do the nostrils just fast. Like I know I have to do them again after I Zremesh, but you know, I'm just gonna do them here again. Let's see. Okay, and it's Dynamesh that. So it's getting there. It's kind of like getting there. Let's bring a little bit of this part right here. Right there. And I always like to see, you know, like kind of like take a break and see what I'm doing. Okay, that's kind of like taking a look. Okay, I'm gonna build a little bit more here in this part of the top of the orbital bone, and I'm gonna build. So let's clay build here like this. Kind of like to make it like more pronounced there, and here in this side as well. Smooth that out, and you want to Dynamesh. It's kind of like looking like him a little bit, but you know, here we go. We're going there. Okay, so let's mask this part here. Kind of like a circle, just right there. Perfect. Invert that circle, and let's move it. Move this down, and a little bit like this side, right there. Okay. Let's Dynamesh this. Let's smooth this out. And I'm gonna use take off the perspective. I'm gonna use my knife curve right there. Perfect. Okay, let's go back to my perspective view. Right there. That's looking all right. I'm gonna work on my ears. And let's see. Let's bring the ears, let's make the ears a little bit bigger and bring them up. Press X, make sure that you have symmetry right there. Let's make them bigger, just like that. Okay, perfect. That looks good. I'm gonna start like carving the inside of the ears right here. So let's carve this side like that. Boom. Something like that. Make sure that I'm not passing like the back there. Right there. Perfect. Let's use the damn standard. Nope, the other one right here. And let's do another one right there. It's kind of like a really cartoony stylized ear right there. Perfect. So now that I have that, I'm just gonna Dynamesh the both of them. So I'm gonna go with the merge down. Okay, and Dynamesh that. That's too much. Probably I should just go amp the resolution a little bit. Let's go to 256 and Dynamesh. There you go. That's much better. Okay. Better. Oh, that was too much probably. How did it change change a lot from 128 to 256? No, they want 256. That's what I want. 256 and Dynamesh. Perfect. That's much better. Okay, now that I have that, I'm gonna dig some holes here. So PCB and start digging some like this hole here for the ears. Okay, something like that. Perfect. That's good. And let's build this part here and Dynamesh. Let's build it more and Dynamesh, and let's move it like this and Dynamesh. Let's take a little bit of this part here with the clay buildup of the ear. And I'm not like really great to make ears, but you know, whatever. We do whatever we can't, or we can, sorry. Something like that. I'm not gonna kind of like focus on the ear as much, like I don't want to waste as much time on it. So that's good enough for me right there. Right there. Perfect. Okay. So I can kind of like give it a little bit of the lip before I actually start Dynameshing everything there. I have to Dynamesh the ears as well. So that's something that I have to take in consideration as well. BDS, let's shape them out a little bit more. Boom, right there. Okay, let's make the lip right here. I'm gonna use let's use the pinch and see what happens. Let's go like that and like that. Kind of like a really sharp mouth like that. Perfect. And let's Dynamesh this. And let's go with this, something like that. Right there. Okay. Let's get the damn standard and let's make this a little bit more pronounced right there. There, and let's make sure we bring this like this, something like that. Okay, let's build a little bit this right here, kind of like that, part in the sides, and let's take this pinch and let's pinch this part there. BSQ, sorry. I'm gonna polish this part kind of like that. Kind of like to give that kind of feeling in that jaw area. I'm gonna bring this inside like that, outside, this down, something like that. That's looking much better. And this, just gonna go a little bit out, just like that. And kind of like getting that shape of Benedict Cumberbatch. Weird name. No weird name, it's just like it's super hard for me coming from Spanish language to pronunciate that one. I already have hard time pronouncing some of English words, so I can imagine those ones. Okay, so I think that the face is looking good. I think that the face we're getting where I wanted to get. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just gonna add the eyelid to the face. So let's get the face and just move this subtool down, and I'm gonna merge down, okay, and merge down, okay, and then let's Dynamesh this. Perfect. And this is good. I'm just gonna kind of like move a little bit smooth like that, and then I'm ready to do my Zremesh technique and adding some details to it. Okay, so for the heavy topo, we're just gonna use the topology brush, or the topology, let's see, B, and is this not topology brush, is the Zremesh guide, sorry. Zremesh guide, so let's start with this one. So I'm just gonna grab here from this part, let's make the stroke a little bit smaller, and this is gonna be right here. It's kind of like the mask that goes in there. Okay, now I'm gonna take right here from this part of the bridge of the nose, I'm gonna go all the way like down my eyelid, and then I'm just gonna go up right here, and that should be fine. Perfect. Then I want to take this part here, move it up on top of that eyelid, and just go, let's take this out. I'm gonna rebuild that one. So I just did with Alt, you just kind of like delete it. So I'm just gonna like rebuild it right here to that part of the ear. Okay. Now I'm going to take right here from the bottom of the nose all the way down to here, the bottom of the lip, and that looks good. Let's do the mouth. So I'm just gonna make the mouth like that, and this part I'm just gonna go like this. I know I put kind of like some details, but I'm gonna have to put extra details when I Zremesh that. Okay, that looks good right there. Then I'm gonna go from the middle of the chin. Oof, don't make it like that. Right there. Let's go up. Okay, and let's go all the way around the ear. Okay, I'm just going like really like part by part, because sometimes you go all the way around, it's gonna be the curve, or the guide is gonna be on top of the ear, and I don't want that. And this one is gonna go all the way down here. Perfect. And now this one around the neck. Boom. And around the neck right there. Perfect. Cool. That's looking good. That's perfect. That's perfect for me for Zremesh. So let's try a Zremesh. And let's see what we get. Gonna take a while, but I think it's gonna be good. Perfect. Now look, I have kind of like a nice topology. You know, it's not the nicest topology, but it's a nice topology that I can just start sculpting and adding the details, and then I can just go back and unwrap it. So right here, I see that I need to bring the eyes out a little bit here. So I'm gonna mask this part with the lasso, because that's bothering me right now a lot. And let's move this eyelid out. Right there. Something like that. Perfect. Okay. That's great. Okay, let's turn this off, and let's start with the details. I'm just gonna Control D, Control D a bunch of times. I don't know how many. 4. I can probably go 5 subdivisions. Okay. So now that I really have a good sense of what I want here, I can just start doing some details. The easy radius, I'm gonna bring it up. Let's put this up like that. Okay, that's probably too much. Oof, I don't know what I was thinking. That's probably too much. Let's go like that, right there, and this one goes. Let's get the lazy radius a little bit lower. Boom. Okay, that's much better. Let's use the clay builder, and I'm going to take some out from here. Okay, something like that. Boom. damp standard again and bring this up like that. Okay, and want to bring this out a little bit like this. No, that's perfect. I thought I was gonna have like a harder time to make this make it look better, but you know, it has like such a strong features that, you know, you can work with that. Good. Okay, now let's work on this part here. So I'm just gonna get this little thing of the mount there. I'm gonna go with a pinch brush. I'm gonna pinch this part. Oh, that's too much probably right there. Let's move this out. Right there, perfect. And right here I'm gonna add with a pinch brush as well the lips. Up, down. But they're not like that. Let's see. I'm gonna go from here. Yeah, that's much better. That's much better. And let's go from this part right there. I'm gonna use my damp standard and let's make this like that. Let's mask this part here, and I'm going to inflate this part a little. Something like that, perfect. That's good. I want to bring this out. Okay. That's good now. Now I can just add this detail that I always like to add in my characters, kind of like stylized characters. Oh, that is this. Hey, that's kind of like doing something weird there. Oh, it's because I have backface mask activating that one from another project that I was working on. So let's do this pinch. It's pinching too much. What's going on there? There's something super weird pinching there. Let's use the damp standard for that one. Lazy radius a little bit bigger, and let's do this. Perfect. That's good. And here probably I need to fill this out with some clay buildup. Okay, perfect. Let's work on this part of the. Yeah, let's make this something like that. Okay. And there's some stuff that I don't like. I'm gonna polish this here underneath, right there. It's great. PDS. That detail better in that nose. Okay, that's good. That's good. I like, to be honest, I'm looking to other pictures of Benedict Cumberbatch, and that's working good too. That makes a difference as well. Intensity 25, and let's move these ones inside. Like that. Perfect. Let's work on this part. I think I like this part a lot. Let's work on that. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to use the pinch brush. I'm going to pinch this part like that. Okay, that's good. Perfect. I'm going to pinch, oh, probably I'm going to damp standard this line right here. Okay, and I'm going to bring this like that. Oof, that's probably too much. I went too hard with that one, so let's bring this line here, and let's bring this right there. Okay, let's move this one inside like that. Perfect. And let's use the pinch brush here and pinch this like that, and pinch this one in like that. make that stylized looking right there. Let's bring this down a little bit. Like that. That's good. And something that I know I need to do is kind of like add some of the eyelids shape here. A nice eyelid shape. So let's do the pinch brush, and I'm gonna pinch this part here. Right there. Perfect. Okay. And I'm gonna do kind of like the same with this one. I'm just gonna pinch here and then pinch out right there. Time standard BDS, and let's make this line better and smooth. Let's make this line better as well. And smooth. Okay. So that's perfect. Now like it has kind of like some bags here, so I might need to kind of like, let's pinch this part like from here right there. Let's smooth this a lot, something like that. Okay, it's looking much better, I think. And I'm going to bring this out all the way here, all the way to this part. So just clay build up all the way there and just leave it there. Perfect. Perfect, that's good. Let's pinch very subtle this part here. Okay. Let's bring this inside a little bit. Okay. And let's pinch. Oof. Let's pinch this. Something like that. And smooth that out. Let's pinch this here. Let's pinch that there. Let's smooth this out. Pinch that, and let's smooth that out. I'm kind of like gonna get rid of a little bit this part here, so PCB, and let's get rid of some volume here. It has like too much in this side. Let's smooth this out. BSQ, and let's polish that, so it looks a little bit nicer. Okay, so I think that's kind of like looking alright. Let's add a little bit detail sphere, so let's use the pinch brush as well and reduce the stroke size or the draw size. This one and this one like that, and let's smooth this out. And something that I want to do as well is kind of like bring this out here. And right here I already know or see that this part is like a dent right there, and I don't like it. So I'm just gonna put it right there. Perfect. Perfect. I think it's getting there, it's getting there. It's getting there. Okay, I can also take like a BDS and create a little bit of a cut in that part of the lip. And something that I need is definitely pulling this out like that. There we go. I'm gonna add now the hair. Let's fix a little bit the proportions here of the head. Make it a little bit bigger. Something like that. Let's bring this down. Let's bring this down. Like that. Perfect. And let's move this up a little bit. Okay, I know kind of like I'm deferring a little bit of the real design, but you know, sometimes I just, when it's my own concept, I just go with the flow and see what it can come up with, because I'm not like a great designer to kind of like make really cool design work, but try my best to do it anyways. Okay, so I have it right there. let's increase this BMB move brush. So I really want to move this. Okay, perfect. I think that's good. So let's add some hair, and this is gonna be fun because his hair is so much in there. So let's add a sub tool. Let's append. I'm gonna append the sphere. Okay, select the sphere, and now let's start modifying the sphere. So BMB, make sure that you have X for symmetry, and let's see where we go here. Let's move this like that, and I'm just gonna probably like dynamesh this. Let's move this like this. I'm just kind of like creating like a head cap kind of thing, like that. Let's bring this down, up, down, like that, and it's gonna be like this. And you know what? I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna create just this part here. It's gonna look like a bolt man, but yeah, that's what I want to do with this. Let's bring this part out and this part in, like that. Okay, dynamesh that again. Okay, let's see. I think that's looking good. I think that's looking good. I'm going to pinch this part from here, like that. And probably that goes down like that, right there. And this one's gonna go probably like all the way around, but who knows. This is just for this part, just for this part here. Okay. So I think I'm happy with that part. Yeah. Then I'm gonna create 1 and 2 kind of like volumes or blockouts for the hair. So let's append this sphere here. Boom. Let's move it out. Let's scale it down, and let's see. Boom. Something like that. I'm gonna dynamesh this, and let's see. Let's start moving this, moving that. I should just duplicate. I'm just gonna duplicate. No, delete, cancel. Duplicate. Okay, so I'm gonna duplicate it. I'm gonna move it to this side, and I'm gonna boom, take the visibility off. This is the other side is gonna be for this part here. Okay, so let's start creating kind of like the shape of the hair there. It goes like that. I have like a huge thing here. And it goes like that. And this part probably goes kind of like this. It looks a little bit funny, but I think it's gonna look cool. And let's kind of like carve some of this part here. I want to carve this, something like that. Starting like giving this flow. Like I find like when you're working on hair, if it has like a nice flow, it just looks so cool. It looks super cool. It makes such a big difference. Okay, so something like this. Let's bring this down like that. Something like that. And probably this goes a little bit out. Make this like that. Kind of like going this line like this. Okay, let's do the other side. Now that I have the other one copied, let's take it and let's start kind of like moving this to place. Around there. this, and this part. I think this goes kind of like right here, and then you have more volume here in this part. So I'm just, you see, I kind of like moving until I kind of like get a really nice one block, and then have like the other two ones. So this is pretty much how I kind of like tackle the hair, is blocking out. When I started sculpting stylized characters in Zbrush, I definitely like had such a hard time like blocking out the hair. It was one of the most difficult things for me, or that I had like such a hard time before. But you know, like just practice and kind of like try to find like the easiest method to do that. Okay, so that's it for that, and then I'm gonna kind of like do the same here. Oops, it's auto saving. ECB, clay buildup, and let's carve this just like that, something like that. Okay, let's pinch this one. Oof, that's too much. Something like that. Just for now, I'm gonna probably like Zremesh this and then add details, but I just kind of like the block out for it. Let's take this one. I don't care much about the back, but you know, that's how I do this one here. Because sometimes like no one is gonna see the back, so I won't even bother doing it. Okay, so I think that's looking cool. That's looking cool. I'm just gonna go back to the face, and I'm gonna pronounce this part a little bit more. Like this. Okay, and I am going to CDC, build a little bit, oh no, not that one, build a little bit more volume here, right there, perfect. And let's see if I can pinch this a little bit like there and smooth. Just kind of like to create that division right there. And let's move this part here. Cool. Okay, so now I find like I need to move this part out a little bit, just like that. Nice. Let's create the eyebrows, and those eyebrows are gonna be super cool. Hopefully, let's see. I can just go one more here. Control D. I think this is better. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna start masking the eyebrows. So let's go with the mask, and it's gonna be like the regular mask, the freehand. Okay. So let's change this. Go like that. Something like this. And then something down. It's like a big stroke now, but then I'm just gonna start modify this like that with Control Alt. Kind of like delete the mask like this. And let's add some here like that. Let's delete this one here and something like that. I believe that probably can work. Perfect. So now that I have it like that, I'm just gonna go Subtool, and I'm going to extract and extract. That's gonna be on 0. I don't even need to go in 0. Let's put 0.1 and extract and accept. Okay, release that, and let's go 0.1 target polygons and Zremesh. Zremesh that part. It's gonna take a while, so let's wait for it. Okay, so this is done. Let's see how the geometry we have it there. It's quite alright. I'm going to pull this out more here, put this in like that, smooth it out, and this part I want to bring it up like this. I want to smooth this out a tiny bit, and this one make it like a way sharper like this. and it doesn't matter if it goes like that. I think it will be kind of like fun a little bit if it goes outside the eyebrows or the skin right there. Something like that. Control D, and let's see what we have. Nice, perfect. So that looks good for me there. I'm gonna go with the hair right there, but that's the thing, because I move my camera a lot when I'm sculpting. I started like seeing some stuff that I probably can change, or probably I can, you know, like improve. So that's what I did. I was like, oh my god, like the hair is just going like 2 in the back, so I wanted to move it in the front. Okay, perfect. So let's do the goatee for it. So it's this exactly the same technique. I'm just gonna go there to the face or the head, and I'm gonna release that mask. Then I'm gonna start drawing the same technique that I did. So let's draw kind of like the goatee right there. Boom. Something like that. Let's put it like the whole thing right there. Let's go down like this, and I'm definitely I am going to adjust this for sure. Like that. Let's release this like that. Okay. Oof. Press F. When you get a little bit lost with your mouse, press F. Okay. Right there. Perfect. Oof. Okay. Okay, so let's fix here this part of the mouth as well. Right there. So it doesn't go on top of the lip right there. Let's bring this a little bit thinner, this part. Okay, and let's make the goatee right there. Oof. The other one right there. Perfect. Sorry, sometimes I don't talk as much in these parts because it's just creating that part of the mask. Perfect. So I have that part of the mask right there, and let's extrude that out. So let's extrude that. No, extract. Sorry. And in this case, I think, yeah, I can go the same. Probably like 0.02. Make a little bit thicker. And extract. Accept. Let's see. It's alright. Let's see. If no, I can just use other technique that I can do there. But let's try this. Let's release the mask and target polygons 0.1 and Zremesh. And that's probably gonna give us a better way, like to kind of like easier to shape that goatee. So let's wait. Okay, now you can see that this is a bit better, but there's something going on in there that I don't like at all, right there. And I need to fix that, so let's go back here, and probably I will have to kind of like smooth this out right there, tiny bit, and let's Dynamesh this. And probably after that Dynamesh I can just probably Zremesh like that, and it's not gonna take that long, maybe. There you go, and that's much better. This is much better, so I can just work with this better. It's kind of like a better geometry right there. Okay, so let's go and do kind of like the ball part there, like the whole thing here. Just like that. Perfect. Let's move this up. See how is that looking at? That's good. It's not bad. Okay. This. Let's bring this a little bit smaller. So I'm just gonna right there. Perfect. Kind of like smooth it out a little bit. Get that not as sharp. Okay. So probably that's better. Right there. Right there. Oops, that's too much. A little bit right there. And let's bring this up and this a little bit down like this. Perfect. So let's see. Control D, Control D, Control D, and that's much better. Okay, so I kind of like ready to add a little bit of color to this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with the eyes. I'm gonna go with the toy plastic, MRGB, and I'm gonna fill object. Boom. Then I'm gonna go with the face. I'm gonna take this off and I'm gonna RGB or MRGB. Let's do that. And skin shade, and I'm gonna fill that with the skin tone. So let's change the color here. Not that one, kind of like a skin color. I say skin color. Do something like that. Now fill object. Perfect. Let's go with the goatee, and I had the mask there, so I have to go back here and fill object as well. Now the mask, take out the mask, fill object. There you go. Let's go to the goatee and let's change the color to something like a dark gray like that. And fill object, and the hair is gonna be like the same. Fill object, and fill object. Perfect. So that's good. That's kind of like looks like the Doctor Strange Supreme. Actually, I'm just gonna go back here because now I know that this part. Let's go down here and I'm going to smooth this right there. Let's go up in subdivisions, and I'm going to pinch right there. Kind of go the same shape as that right there, because I lost that. Like that, and let's BCB, and I'm gonna build a little bit of volume right here. Something like that. Perfect. Let's do another cut right here. Oh, let's take the RGB in this one. Cut right there, and let's bring this down right there. Perfect. Something like that. Cool. Okay, so now that I have this head, I'm definitely gonna fix this part a little bit because for now it's too flat. So let's fix it. I'm going to use the time standard, no, probably the pinch brush. So let's use the pinch brush right here in this area and just pinch it right here, this part. So right now I need to fill this up a little bit more. So let's get the fill brush and fill this. And smooth it out. Okay, that's much better. And let's see. Right there. Smooth this out, and let's fill this part as well. Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit more volume in this lower eyelid. Around there. And let's move this kind of like that. grab the pinch brush and let's make this a little bit sharp like this. Perfect. I'm gonna move this a little bit down. Around like that. Let's make the nose a little bit bigger. And let's turn on perspective. See how it's looking. That looks much better, I believe. Okay. I think this is great. Let's see if there's anything else I can do here. I think this is looking pretty good. Might as well that we're working on this stuff, let's add here the eyelashes. So I'm just gonna go with the one on top. So let's go with the freehand and add this one like that. Perfect. And let's delete this part here and here as well. And let's go and go extract thickness 2. Let's see what we get. That's perfect. Accept. Cool. I'm gonna get this color there. And let's Zremesh that 0.1. Target polygon count to 0.1 and Zremesh. Okay. Okay, so now after that is Zremeshed, I'm just going to smooth this out. And try to move this and make it closer to that eyelid right there. Smooth. Don't need to be that big. That's probably like too big. Those eyelashes. And I'm just gonna do the one on top. That's all. There, let's move this one in. Okay. And also I need to do, let's take the hair, yep, this part of the hair, and I'm just gonna move it out a little bit here in the sides, around like that. And I'm going to do kind of like the eyebrows right here as well. So let's turn this off, the perspective, go to the freehand, can do the lasso and just go something like that. Okay. Oh, wrong one. Let's go this one here. Don't like that one. Something like that. No, that's a really bad. Something like that. Okay, and it looks like Elvis a little bit. Let's change this like this. Perfect. And let's do the same. Let's extract this. Oh, make sure that you get rid of that mask that was before in your eyebrows. So let's get this like that and extract and accept, and let's Zremesh 2.1. Okay, perfect. So that's Zremesh right there. Just gonna move it in a little bit here. That's looking better. Something like that. So that's great. I'm gonna polypaint the eyes now. Control D, a couple of times. And let's use BST. Make sure that is drag and pick that one. I am going to paint right here, so let's turn this off and RGB. Let's see what is the middle. It's right there. Something like that. Perfect. Okay, now I'm gonna go kind of like a green type of eyes. something like this. Let's try to make it like a center as possible, right there. And look, it's looking a little bit crossed-eyed, but I can fix that. And let's take this off with freehand, take this off and off the alpha. And I'm just gonna grab a different color right here, it'll be like this one, and paint this down there. Perfect. And let's change this again to drag rectangle and change the alpha to alpha 12. And I'm going to change the color first to black and get like that pupil right there. Perfect, super crossed eye, but let's move this one out a little bit. Let's rotate this one. There you go. And there we have it. Okay, that's looking good there. Okay, so let's turn perspective on, and it's kind of like differentiate a little bit this part because it's kind of like too straight. And let's find it. It's this one. So I want to move it. So let's move this. Like that. I think that's a little bit better. Move this one back. Let's see, side brows. I'm going to fill the color and this I'm gonna fill object. Let's go here, intensity all the way up. Fill object and fill object right there. Let's go with this one, fill object right there. Perfect. And let's start now with the body. So for the body I'm just going to append a polysphere. I'm going to change the color here, kind of like give it like a nice blue. Press X and let's move it down. Press X and start moving this down like that. I'm just going to create Doctor Strange body here, the torso. Just have to make sure, get rid of that hunchback right there. And like that. There, we'll say like a longer neck. Okay, and now I'm going to append a cylinder right there that is going to be the arms. So let's move this one, scale it down, scale it up, move this up and rotate it like that around that area there. Go back to this one and let's move these sides like that. I'm gonna dynamesh this. Okay, and I want to kind of like give it like a bear shape here. Something like that. Something like that. Kind of like trying to get this more the shape that I want to get for the chest. take this arm, I'm gonna go plugin, mirror, and okay, I'm gonna control D a couple of times, grab this one and merge down, and Dynamesh both of them. Okay, let's take that pinch and pinch this part here. I'll take the knife, first I'm gonna cut it down that area like there, and perfect. Let's move this up a little bit. I kind of like need to have a color for that like shirt right here. Okay. Let's build a little bit this part here like that. It's kind of like looking weird if I don't have that volume in the back there. Okay. I think this is looking good, and I'm just going to I'm just gonna mask this out right here like that, and turn off perspective just for this case, and let's mask this again. There you go. Let's mask this back there. Perfect. Let's go here and mask this, and let's mask this part here so it's rounded. Okay, I think this is good, so I can just extract, thickness 0, extract, and accept. Okay, let's turn this one off. Let's release the mask. Let's Zremesh this to 0.1 and Zremesh. Okay, so I have this, but kind of like open this up like that, and I don't like this, so let's move it, move this inside, and let's see if I can just Zremesh this again. It's kind of like open that area there, so I'm just gonna go back as well, go back to my original one right there, and let's put this to 0.2 and Zremesh. Yeah, this is not working that good, and I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna turn this off and turn this on, back on, and let's wait, go to the polyframe. I'm just gonna bring this up so I get the color as well, right there. Okay, something like that. Like that. That's good. Okay, perfect. Let's turn this like this and Dynamesh that. Okay, now I can just do the same. Okay, so now that I have this mask here, what I'm going to do is extract. So let's extract this thing. So let's go to extract, thickness 0, and extract. Accept, and this is what we get. Let's clear the mask, and let's put target polygons to 1. And Zremesh. It'll take a while. Okay, that's good. Let's see how our topology is. I'm gonna Zremesh again. I don't like this part like that, so hopefully we get a better one. But something like that is a little bit better. And like I mentioned always before, I don't mind I don't care about the topology as much. in these cases, because this is just for concept art. This is not for productions. If I were to do kind of like a work for production, like definitely the topology would be like way different than this. I'm gonna Zremesh this again so I can get this like that. Perfect. Something like that is much better. I think this is good. Let's bring this up like that. Okay, that's great. That is pretty good. Okay, so now that I have this part, I want to kind of like make kind of like the code here. So I'm going to maybe I'm gonna leave this one like this. I'm going to delete these ones right there. So I'm just gonna go to a similar BZM, and let's press the space bar. Polygroup. No, I'm gonna go with delete and polyloop. Make sure that you see that orange goes that way, that orange line right there. Okay, and then I can just delete here island. Look, gone. Okay, so I don't have that part anymore. Now let's go to extrude all polygons right there. Something like that. Perfect. And something that I really want to do here, it will be probably like to delete the one in the inside. So I'm gonna press Ctrl Shift and click the inside. Click just the inside. Okay, there you go. This one. Okay, that's good. The outside, and I'm gonna go to geometry, modify topology, and delete hidden. Okay, so I have that one, delete hidden. Using my Zremesh, I'm gonna extrude this out, this edge. So I'm gonna press space, extrude, and edge loop. There you go. Let's do it. Perfect. And I don't know why I extrude it out. Like probably we need to do that. But let's extrude this in. Give some thickness right there, and let's extrude this down like that. Perfect. And now I can just kind of like go like a Control D a couple of times, and let's see this match there. Perfect. And let's go back. Okay. And what I want to do here is probably insert and loop here. Just delete. Let's go here. Delete higher and insert the loop. Loop here. Perfect. It's much better. I don't know about that part, but who knows? Let's try to make this a little bit puntier. Say something like that. Control D. Perfect. And let's see. I don't like this as much, but I'm just gonna leave it like that so I can just move on. Then, yeah, I don't need much of this part here because I'm gonna use kind of like the cover here in this part. So let's see. Let's go to my mask on here, and I'm gonna mask this like this. Something like that. Let's go solo. Let's take this out, and let's mask this here. Oh, the wrong one. This one right there. Let's mask this as well, and let's mask this here. And let's extrude this out. So let's extract. gonna accept that. Perfect. I'm gonna release the mask and I'm going to Zremesh 0.1. Okay, now I have the Zremesh. This looks pretty bad. I'm gonna Zremesh again till I have something like decent that I can work with. That's okay. That's alright for now. So let's this is my old one. Just gonna hide this one and go to Solo right there, and I'm gonna BZM and extrude polygons right there, and I'm gonna move this something like that. Something like that. That's good. I'm gonna go to solo mode, and let's see what we have here. I think I can just delete this loop here, so let's do that. BZM, and let's press this space bar. Let's go to where did you go? Let's go back again. Delete and polyloop. I'm gonna delete this polyloop. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to try to delete this one here. And it doesn't delete it. Right there. Delete polyloop. Okay. Trying to get rid of the things that I don't need. Let's do this one, delete polyloop. And that one is deleting that part, which is a problem for me. If I delete this one, let's see. It's not bad. So I can go ahead and I can just let's see what I have here. I think that's good. I can delete this island. Delete this island. Is this an island or not? It's not an island yet, so I can't delete that. So something I can do, I just keep deleting polyloops. Let's delete this part here. No, delete, and that's good. Let's see what else I have here. Let's delete this one. And okay, that's good. And I want to delete these ones here as well. So I'm not gonna delete just a single poly. I'm gonna delete this, and there you go. And this one. Sorry. This one and this one. Perfect. Now I can delete the island. Delete island. Perfect. Sometimes I can do better this in Blender or Maya. Let's take this and I'm gonna extrude it out. So let's go extrude, and let's see. Perfect. Okay, and this one's gonna extrude them in like that. Perfect. That's cool. Control D, Control D. That's looking much better. I'm gonna add a loop here. So let's go back and add a loop. Insert a loop here, insert a loop there. I can kind of like bevel this one, and let's see. I can just bevel this here. No, this looks super bad like that. That's what I'm saying, like sometimes it's better to do it in Maya, I think. Okay. Let's see if I do this like that. It doesn't look that great because I have a loop right there, but let's do it for now, just to keep the shape there. That will be enough for me. Yeah, okay, perfect. Let's go back, press Ctrl D a couple of times, and let's give like a nice shape right there. Make sure that this goes outside that color there. Okay. Kind of like struggling a little bit with this guy, but anyways, I think it's fine. Sorry about that. Let's see. So I have this part, and now I need the hands. So for the hands, I just need. I have these hands, which I don't really need them. I can just take these. Let's go back to my lower, get it higher, and I'm gonna cut this. Let's go to solo, and let's go Control Shift, and I'm going to knife curve. Let's see if I can knife curve like that. Nope, doesn't let me. So let's go like this, and let's go like that. Perfect. And then I get like a really weird things there, so I can just Zremesh that probably like a one. And let's see, it gives us like a little bit better geometry right there. Okay. Something, if I don't want these parts, I can just get rid of those group. I can just take I can just mask this part, mask triangles. What is mask triangles? Mask rectangles, sorry. I can just mask this part and mask this part, mask and mask this part. I can just press Ctrl W and just go here and select rectangle, and I can't. Oh, that's happened when I don't have the perspective. Let's go back. Let's go back again, and go back again. I'm just gonna mask this again. So mask this, yeah. Or something that I can do is just go like this as well. Go something like that. That's good. And I can just delete hidden geometry, modify topology, delete hidden. So I have delete hidden right there. I can just kind of retopologize this again. Zremesh. That's fine. I don't care about this. This is gonna be underneath that part. So now, right here, I need these arms. So something that I can do here is, let's see. Let's go to solo mode. I can just mask this part with lasso right here. Boom. And I can just split masks points. I can just take these, not that one, this one, and delete it because I don't need it anymore. Now I have these here. Okay, now that I have those ones, I can just retopologize point 1. And let's see, it's giving me like a weird things right there. So I can just retopologize a bunch of times and see, just so I can get rid of that part there. Zremesh, sorry. It's not working. It's not working as good as I thought that was gonna work. Oh, this is array like that, so might as well. I didn't realize that I have this as a polygroups, so I can press Ctrl Shift, click this, and geometry, delete hidden, right there. Perfect. And then I can just Zremesh this, and this is gonna be probably nicer. There you go. It's giving like a really super weird topology there. So let's go a little bit. Maybe I should just Dynamesh this, kind of like move it like that. And sometimes I find if I Dynamesh, that stuff is gonna look better. So let's move it here. I kind of like needed that part, to be honest. I didn't need it to delete that. I didn't need it to delete that part. There you go. I'm just gonna leave it like that because I still need that part. Like, I probably can cut half of it. And let's see. Let's go transparent mode. Sorry about that, but I can just take this part like that because I still need this to be covered. And let's split max points. Pretty much what I was doing. I'm gonna dynamesh that. Let's turn this off. Take this one. Let's dynamesh this. Okay, that's much better right there. So I can just kind of like cover that part with no problem there. Okay. And then obviously I can just mask this part, invert mask, and just move it. Something like that. Perfect. Okay, and I can probably like retopologize. Put one. Zremesh that. Okay, that's much better. It's kind of like a nicer thing. It's like the best geometry there, or topology, but it still works. Perfect. Cool. Let's get out of there. Let's get out of the poly frame, and I have something like that. It should be working. Let's go to. I'm gonna delete this one because I don't need it, and I'm gonna delete this one because I don't need it either. I'm just gonna kind of like move this like that. Can I give that a better shape, and like a more interesting of what I have right now. Something like that. Let's take this one and let's move this like this as well. Try to take it out from there. Okay, so this is going like that. I just pretty had a hard time. I'm gonna change something in the face here that I don't like. I'm gonna move this a little bit forward like that. Probably that's too much. Let's go back, reduce this, and go like this. That's much better. I felt that I had like a, like to pull that part of the nose a little bit more, just kind of like that, to give that feeling of Doctor Strange or the actor. Let's go back to the beard. Let's move it up like that. I'm gonna decrease this a little bit, and let's decrease this a little bit. Like that. Okay, that's great. That's much better. Something that I can do with this one is kind of like control D a couple of times. So that's all. And this one as well, control D a couple of times. Okay. So that's much better. Now it's time for the cape. So for the cape, something that I can do is just kind of like create a shape with a sphere. So there you go. Have the sphere. Let's move it back up. Just select the sphere first. Let's wait until this auto saves. Okay. So now that it is auto save, let's press N. Let's go to this one. Press X. Let's move this like that. Scale this up. Let's move this side to side, this on the sides, and let's do it like this a little bit. Okay, now I'm gonna kind of like roll this part here. Sometimes I like to do this one with the snake hook, PSH. Press OK. Go with the snake hook right there. Let's dynamesh this one, and let's see. Go like that, and trying to find that shape better here. Something like this. Okay, so let's keep moving cape like that. I'm not that sure about this, but let's see how it works. This thing. Let's put this at 64. I have like a better control. Something like that. Something like that. Okay. And something that I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna mask this out like this. Let's go to solo mode. Let's take the mask here and the mask freehand, and let's mask this part. Just like that. And let's go to extract, put this to 0, extract, accept. Let's hide your original one. Let's go to this one, release the mask, and then you can just do this 2.1 target polygon. There you go. And I can just kind of go like that. I just really need just the main shape of it, kind of thing. I can just move these forward, still using that brush, the snake hook, which I really like it a lot. Something like that. For now. This here, it's probably too big. Right there. Move this out. Something like that. Okay. Let's see, remesh this again. And this part is looking pretty bad. But yeah, I'm having such a hard time today with the clothes. Right there, let's see, remesh this. Okay. And I might get this BZM, and I'm gonna delete this. No island, but loop. Poly loop. There you go. Okay, that's better. And now I can delete this island. Just delete that part. Perfect. Now I can use the move brush and move this. Like that. And this is probably like way better what I was doing before. Let's bring this closer. Closer like that. Okay. And let's bring this closer as well. Something like this. Let's make this red. Just to kind of like give it the color of the cape. Okay, let's see how my geometry is there. Want to move this kind of like up, down like that. And let's see, remesh this again. Still is not giving us nothing nice. I can just delete this poly loop as well. So let's go to BZM and press space bar and poly loop and delete this one and delete this one. There you go. So I have like a better way there. Okay, so let's bring this out. Okay, I might have to probably bring this in a little bit, and having such a hard time with this cape, but anyways, we'll get it there. We are gonna get it there. Let's go something like that. Bring this up, and let's use the C modeler and spacebar, extrude, and all polygons, and extrude all of them like that. Perfect. I want to add, insert a loop right here and a loop right, nope, and a loop right there, because I want this part really thick, and then I can just insert more here. And if I go with Control V a couple of times, I have my cape there. Oops. Something like that. Okay, so let's move this, and this is looking much better. There you go. Perfect. That looks much better. So let's do the other side, kind of like it is the how you call that, the color of Doctor Strange. So let's do this part. Okay. So let's do that here, and the color is kind of like coming from here, but I'm gonna do the same technique. I'm just gonna paint a sphere, and I'm just gonna go select the sphere, bring it down, turn this off, and pretty much I'm just gonna give it like a rough shape of it. Ooh. But before you do that, make sure press X right there. X. Okay. To activate symmetry, so press X. Okay. So now I can just move this how I think that. Color is going to be something like that. Okay, you can just dynamesh this, so it's a little bit easier to manipulate here. Okay, something like that. Okay, let's turn off perspective. Let's move this up like that. Okay, so I'm gonna mask, no freehand, I'm gonna mask with the lasso, and there you go. Let's go solo. Okay, and I'm going to unmask this part here, and I'm going to unmask this part here. Okay, okay, let's unmask this part here, and that looks better. Let's mask this part. And let's go thickness 0, extract, accept. Let's go polygon count, 0.1, and Zremesh. That take a while. Yeah, that was fast. Let's go to display properties and go to double. Let's get out of solo mode. Let's go to my original one right here. So 2. This one, delete this one, perfect. And I have another one hanging around here. Delete that one as well, that I don't need. Okay, now that I have my color, I'm gonna start moving it this side here, like that. Okay, something like this. Okay, it's looking better. There. Okay, that's great. and I'm going to kind of like move this like that. I want this very sharp, that part, and I can just Zremesh as well. Perfect. Now I really need this part of really sharp corner, so what I can do, I'm just gonna go turn my polyframe on, and I can just ZM, go to my C modeler, insert an edge loop and insert an edge loop, and this is gonna be a really sharp edge right there. Okay, now I can just extrude all polygons, and this is what I get right there. Let's move this here, this like that. Like that. Perfect. And that's looking much better. Let's bring this side. Let's insert another one here and there. Control D a couple of times. So I do that insert so I kind of like hold, so it gets like a sharper edge right there. Okay, that's great. And let's get out of the polyframe mode. With my hands there. Let's go Control D. Let's go with kind of like a blue here. Fill object. Go to RGB. BMP. And fill object. Kind of like to give the color fill object. And this is a nice red right here. Fill object and fill object. There you go. So something like that. Okay, so now this has like something that it covers, like this part. So I'm gonna do pretty much the same as I did with the other one. A sphere right there. I'm gonna press X to get the symmetry. Oh, make sure that here, press X symmetry. X, go back to the symmetry here. And let's use the snake hook, ESH. Okay. And let's move this like that. Oops, it's too much. Let's get the move brush instead. Let's dynamesh this as 64. 32, 64, no, 64. A really low resolution here. Something like that. Something like that, I'll say. Like this. Exactly. Let's bring this down, and I can just kind of like adjust it right after I do the kind of like the magic with the extruding. Okay, something like this. Let's see. I can go to solo mode. No, don't go to solo mode. I'm gonna mask this part just like that. Right there. Just refine that a little bit. Now I can go to solo. So mask this, and this is the part I need pretty much. Right there. There you go. And let's extract this. So put the thickness to 0, extract, accept. And let's go to original one, delete. Let's go to this one, release the mask, and target polygon count to 1. Zremesh. Validate 0.1. That's what I want. No one, just 0.1. That's good. Okay, let's get out of solo mode. So something like that. Probably something like that. Probably right there. Let's see. How's that looking? Let's do another Zremesh. Probably another one. Yeah, that's alright. It's not bad. Let's move this one in like that. Okay. Let's try to do another Zremesh. See what we get. Nah. Okay. Let's go. I'm just gonna mask this part out, and I'm gonna move this out and up, out like that, out, this out, something like this. Let's Zremesh this again. That's much better. And let's see how this is in solo mode. I don't like what I'm seeing. The idea was to kind of like get this part like that. And let's move this out. Let's see. Yeah. Have to move that out. Try to adjust that piece there. Really having a hard time with those clothes today. Okay, that's much better. That's much better right there. Let's go to solo mode and let's Zremesh that again. Perfect. That's something that I can work with this much better. That's much better. Perfect. Okay, so let's move this out here. Put around there. And let's go back to the BCM. Modeler and extrude this out just like that. Perfect. And let's move this one in a little bit. Control D, Control D. Let's take this out from there. There you go. Ah, that's much better. That's much better. Fill object, and there you go. We have that part. That is our cape. Took me a while to do. I'm gonna worry that after, probably, and I'm gonna go back to my face here, and I'm just gonna paint a little bit this part because you guys have asked some of the Polypaint, so I'm gonna go BST. I'm going to go with RGB, and freehand is fine for now. Let's take the RGB intensity down, and let's do a different, that's kind of like a too pale that color, so let's change this color of the skin. So let's go a little bit more like that. Fill object. Let's go RGB intensity at 100, fill object now. That's much better. And let's add some color to it. So let's go to a kind of like red. Let's bring this down, and let's kind of like go something like that, you know, line the ears as well. And then do the mouth as well. Okay, let's see, we can just probably not a little bit more like towards pink, not that red. Let's bring this intensity up. Okay, something like this. I'm gonna pick this color and make it way darker, and I'm just gonna go right here in this spot. Okay, let's make this a little bit big. Let's pick back this color again, or kind of like in between the dark and the light, and let's go like that. Perfect. Let's take this and fix it. There you go. Perfect. So for me this is too red now. I can just take like in between the two of them, kind of like I go a little bit, like cover it a little bit like that. So you still have that kind of like shade of red there. Like that. Perfect. Let's add a little bit of blue in here. Really like tiny. Probably like this. And let's don't go on top of the leaves. They're already good to go. And let's grab kind of like here and just go on top. Something like that. And let's take this color here and let's get this part here. Okay. Let's do a little bit dark underneath the eyes. So let's get this a little bit darker, kind of like a red tone right here. Change the intensity up. Like that. Like that. Make a little bit like a redder probably. More intense here. Like that, perfect. And let's get like a really pink around here in the eyes. Bring the intensity up, and I'm just going to get this pink right there. Okay, that's looking better. And just grab this that color with C, like just pick this color with C, and I just kind of like get these dark lines right there. Something like that. That's much better. Sometimes I make the mistake and put it like when it shouldn't be. Here around the nose as well. Let's take this color, let's pick this color and kind of like color right there. I think so. That's much better. Yeah, it's way better. Okay, let's see our hair. What is the situation with our hair here? So we can take this part, and this is, I need to probably Zremesh that part. Okay, so let's Zremesh that part. Let's pick this color, intensity, and fill object. Okay. Gonna Control D a couple of times and use the pinch brush and going like that. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to give some shape here. Let's see. Let's bring the intensity to 25. Let's see intensity to 25. Around there, and I'm just gonna go like this. Let's go here. trying to give that kind of like shape of the hair right there. And I can just Zremesh that again, so I don't get like a really stretch when I'm pinching. I can just Zremesh that. And let's see here. There it goes. I get those lines, so now I can just Control D a couple of times, and I can just kind of like fix that pinch right there. Much better. Just pinch this part like that. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's fill this. Let's give it a color. So let's fill this with it's probably something darker, probably right here. Fill object. So let's make a little bit brown. Let's wait until this saves. Okay, so there you go. So let's go a little bit towards the brown. Object. Yeah, that's too much brown. Put it right there. Fill object. Okay, and let's paint this BST. I already have the intensity. Let's move this down and go a little bit with the gray area here. Something like that. Let's bring this white over here. So this is kind of like the main color right there. And what I'm gonna do, some strikes of color. I'm gonna go with gray. I'm gonna put my draw size smaller and my local shift smaller. So way smaller, probably even way smaller. Kind of like follow this shape a little bit right there, and let's go here and make this whiter, like more white, so kind of like I have different strokes of color right there. Something like that. Okay, now I have, let's pick this color and where the eyebrows right here and fill object. Perfect. I should do this one here. Let's go 100 here, the intensity, and fill object. Perfect. And I can just Control D a couple of times so I have a better resolution. And let's decrease the size of it. Let's go to this color and kind of like probably a little bit smaller, something like that. I'm gonna increase the resolution, Control D again. Let's pick this color. And something like this. Kind of like those strokes right there. Let's go a little bit more gray. Something like that. Perfect. So that's looking pretty good. That's not bad at all. Okay, so let's take this this part. See that I have like a weird geometry right there. So I'm just gonna Zremesh this again. Look, Zremesh. And it's gonna give me a nice loops right there. Perfect. Let's press C, DC, and fill object right there. Control D a couple of times, and I'm going to take the pinch brush, maybe take this one right there, like that. Perfect. I can take BDS, that I'm standard. And what I can do is lazy radius. Let's put it high. So let's go like that. That wasn't that nice. Probably like that. Control D, and let's smooth this out a little bit more. I can even do another Zremesh, so it kind of like it gives me those options there of those kind of like loops, so I can just add more detail to it, the same way that I did to the sides. Anyways, pretty excited for this movie. Okay, perfect. Now you see, Control D a couple of times, and then I can add, I can follow these way nicer, and it's not going to stretch the geometry as much, because already when I did the Zremesh, it kind of like give me that option there. Sorry about this one and this one here. There you go. Perfect. That's pretty good. And probably do the same one with this here as well. So let's pick this color. I have it. Is it this one? No. Did I fill the object here? Let's fill object here. Fill object. Let's go to this one. Fill object. Make sure it doesn't go bold. And let's do this again. Test. I'm just gonna go like Control D. I'm gonna do this. Oof. Let's do it again. That's not looking good. Okay, something like that. And let's Zremesh this. Perfect. Control D, Control D. I have to do it one more time to get like a better. Okay, Zremesh again. And I'm supposed to get like a better lines there, better shapes. Let's see. Okay, that's better. Control D, Control D. And let's make these details a bit better there. And pinch. Okay. There you go. So I was getting there, just adding some details here and add the hair. I have a hair that I'm gonna leave the link in the description. It's a curved hair that I use from an artist. I don't know what is the name of the artist that I found, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It works good. So let's see. I'm just gonna duplicate this one. Let's duplicate it because it doesn't let me do it with subdivision. So I'm just gonna delete lower and let's hide my original one and let's work on this one. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna go like that. That's good. Perfect. Let's move this one. I'm just gonna, I have my stroke here. See, if you wanna see it there, just go stroke and bring it right there. I'm gonna delete this part. Perfect. And I'm gonna move it. Just move it like that. Right down. So it kind of like intersects right there. Okay, something like this. And let's do another one. Around this size. And let's get this head again like that. And something like this. It just gets stuck like there and I don't like it. That's probably the picker. Let's do this. Let's see. It just snaps in there. Why it's snapping? Nope. Functions curve. Look, it started snapping. There you go. It was snapping to it, so that's giving me like some problems there, and I don't like it at all. you go. Perfect. So it's much better. Let's go core functions, delete, and let's move this guy out. Like that. Okay. And let's do kind of like 2 more inside. Okay. Let's go back to it. This one. And like that. Perfect, right there. Delete the curve and let's move it out. Up. Let's move it. Let's move this right there. Perfect. And I have a short one on this side. Let's see. Do this one. And let's go back here. Oof. And that is happening is because I want to pick a continuous set. I just want to say once set. And there you go. It doesn't kind of like keeps the same shape of the geometry. You're close to it. Okay, delete. Let's move these hairs right there. This one here, so it doesn't come out like that. It doesn't look bad. So now that I have that, press W, click on this part, and I'm going to go to split mask points. Perfect. Now that I have this one, I can delete it and bring the original back. I have these ones here. I can move them. That's good. And I can also go to polygroups, auto groups, and I can mask by polygroups and move them separate here. Right there. So that's much better. I can Control D to make it smooth. And there you go. And we have our Doctor Strange right there. Then just kind of like some details that you can use. Some of the same techniques that I use of getting these pieces of geometry here. But I think this is it for this tutorial. Sorry for being so long. Hope you guys enjoy it, and if you guys have any questions, just let me know. See you next time with another tutorial. Probably I'm gonna do a rendering one in Blender, so stay tuned. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe, share, and see you next time. Take care, guys. Bye.